guest has traveled to some of the most beautiful resorts in the world, feasted on the finest of foods, and mingled with world-class golfers. We have with us today on Our Voice, Cameron Morfit. He's a Sports Illustrated writer and also the author of Lucky Boy. Welcome, Cameron.
Thanks, Rebecca.
Okay, so we have some hockey going in the background. Yeah,
Yes.
we're here at Century
Go
Link Arena.
Steelies.
That's right, that's right. They're playing tonight, so, and they're
Okay.
practicing, which we appreciate that.
All right.
Okay, so tell us a little bit. I'm really excited to find out, how did you become a Sports Illustrated writer? How do you go that path?
Well, I started out in small newspapers, specifically the Post-Register in Idaho Falls, so right here in the Gem State,
Right.
and got to do just a bit of everything. Got to be a columnist, got to be a beat writer, got to be just about everything. I even did some non-sports stuff as well, so breaking news. So kind of went from there to the bottom rung at Sports Illustrated in New York, and that was a major jump and a culture shock for sure, moving to New York.
Oh, I bet. Well, I'm really curious, like there has to be some really interesting stories as a Sports Illustrated writer. Is there like one experience that really stands out for you that you're willing to share?
Yeah, well, actually, I was just talking about Peyton Manning and the Broncos because they just won the Super Bowl. And
Right.
I interviewed Peyton at Pebble Beach one time. He was playing in a Pro-Am at Pebble Beach, and just the nicest guy. And the very same day, I was attempting to interview Bill Murray, and he spun around on his heel and walked away. And before I could even really do anything. And he's sort of known to be a little volatile and flighty, and there you go. I had two
Bill
sides
Murray,
of the
the
coin.
funny guy, really
Yeah,
volatile?
yeah,
Who
yeah.
knew? Okay, so speaking of like a little volatile, a little bit of a reputation, I know the viewers want to know, Tiger Woods, I know you interviewed him, you traveled around with the golfers. What's the scoop? I mean, tell us, give us something that we can't find on Google.
There are two Tiger Woods, really. There's
Two
the
Tiger Woods.
one that we see in the media, and he keeps us at arm's length. And you know, he was very imperious in his reign. You know, he sort of looked down. He sort of held court more than gave press conferences.
Wow.
And it was tough. Nobody really got to know him. Everybody was very, very far away, and that's how he lived the way he did for so long without us knowing.
Well, and that's really, I find fascinating, the whole world of golfers. I mean, you have all different kinds of guys. Tell us a little bit about that, from, you know, your average nice guy to the imperialist. What's going on in the golf world, the inner scoop?
Yeah, well, I would say that it's just like society at large. I think you have about 90% of the people out there on the golf tour are perfectly nice, you know, not really swaying one way or the other. You've got about 5% who are challenging, let's just put it that way. You kind of wouldn't go out of your way to deal with them.
So I'm really curious, from Sports Illustrated, from writing about golf, you went to a young adult fiction book. I mean, that is a leap. How did that happen?
Well, I was really interested in that genre. I was interested in YA. I was interested in John Green, The Fault in Our Stars, you know, some of the Hunger Games books that came out, and I just got really into it. And I started going to Rediscovered Books locally here, and they would point me in the direction of, hey, this is another good one. This is a good one you should read. And I just really kind of took to it, and so I just had this idea about this kid, and I kind of saw this kid at a youth soccer game that my daughter was actually playing in, and
So you had a real character in your
yeah,
mind.
I saw him and I said, that's my guy. So
Nice, who became Lucky Boy.
yes,
Lucky Boy in the book.
right.
And rumor has it you wrote this in 6 weeks or under, is that right?
I did.
Okay, so everyone's going, that's impossible, but
yeah.
how did you do that?
Well, being journalists as we are trained to crank it, and
A deadline. You have a deadline,
You've got to
right, I
just
get
crank
that.
it out. And once I had the ending and I knew where I was going, it became very easy to just make huge strides toward the end, where I was writing 5,000, 6,000 words a day.
Wow. So if people want to get a copy of your book, where could they go to find your book?
You can get it on Amazon right now, and you can also get it on elevatepub.com, Elevate Publishing being my publisher.
Oh,
So,
that's awesome.
yeah.
Well, I'm so excited. Thanks for being on the set of Our Voice, and I look forward to reading a copy of your Lucky Boy.
Yeah,
Look for
thank
him
you.
in Sports Illustrated as well, Cameron Morfit. Coming up next.